Hello, I'm Carla, and in this tutorial we are covering a pose called Tadasana. Tadasana is the mountain pose. Tadasana is one of the first poses you learn in yoga. It is also one of the most important poses because the actions that you learn in Tadasana you often carry through to the rest of your poses. And the standing poses are all done from Tadasana. So the better you can get at Tadasana, I believe that Tadasana awareness is really going to serve you well in your practice. This pose is also done sometimes lying down in Supta Tadasana, and then you'll do variations from there. So to come to Tadasana, you're standing on 2 feet. You're extending your arms, you're extending your legs, you're extending your spine. You're just being completely tall and upright and still like a mountain. Now, there are hundreds of instructions for Tadasana. So, for beginners, just learn to spread the sole of the foot and distribute the weight between the big toe mound, the little toe mound, and the center back heel. You want to firm up the knees, press into the heels as you stand tall and ground yourself. Notice you might need to ask a friend if you have no awareness whether when you're in Tadasana, do you tend to lean forward? Do you tend to lean forward just with your hips and counterbalance with your shoulders back? Or do you tend to, I cannot do it, but stick out the buttocks? There's different ways that people stand. So use a mirror, get a buddy, and in Tadasana, just a few important actions once you ground the feet. Draw up the kneecaps so that the thighs are strong. Feel that you're moving the front thigh back and at the same time, the middle buttock forward. This should give you a feeling of a lift internally. The length in the spine, you have to maintain the length in your spine. And as you extend your arms, move the whole upper arm back. Fix the shoulder blades into the body and the shoulders down away from the ears so that there's freedom in this top shoulder. The upper buttock moves down towards the heels, but as you do that, don't stick the thighs forward. Front thighs move back, middle buttock in, upper buttock down. Firm up the knees, extend your spine, keep the gaze soft, keep the breath natural and normal, and just feel that your body is fully extended without tension. So you can tense up as you extend, but soften the shoulders, the neck, just extend softly into the fingers and come to a few cycles of breath in Tadasana. For beginners and any elderly people, menopausal women, backaches, you can take the feet hip distance apart, keeping the inner line of the foot parallel. All the same actions will apply. For some people, if you look in the mirror, you get knock-kneed, you have to cut the outer calf back some more. There are various hand positions that you can do in Tadasana. The first being Urdhva Hastasana. Urdhva Hastasana is locking the elbows and taking the arms over your head. When you go into it, maintain the thigh and the abdominal action so that the body doesn't move, only the arms move. As you take your arms over your head, the shoulder blades lift up, but keep this top shoulder and the flesh at the upper shoulder region releasing down so that you're not tightening that upper shoulder muscle and you're not hardening in the jaw and the neck. You can also do Urdhva Hastasana with a strap around the wrist. This will give you a little bit of leverage to help get length in the spine and the arms. Then Baddhanguliyasana is interlacing the fingers to the webbing, extending the arms out, locking the elbows, taking the arms up. Sometimes we drop the head forward to give you more mobility in the shoulders, but then lift the head, keep the chin up, gaze soft, keep breathing normal breaths, and you're moving the upper arms behind the ears without bringing the abdomen forward and the weight to the toes. Once you've completed that Baddhanguliyasana, you'll change the cross of the fingers, bringing the other index finger on top. Bind right to the webbing. Now, if you hover your hands above your head with the arms bent, you can use the elbows, move the elbows back to get that feeling of the shoulder blades coming into the body to support this openness in the chest. From there, you can extend the arms up and over the head to Baddhanguliyasana. If you're very heavily pregnant, if you have blood pressure issues, if this makes you feel lightheaded, don't hold the arms overhead for too long. From Tadasana, we can also do Utthita Hastasana. Utthita Hastasana we use in many of our standing poses. Namaskarasana is the hands in the prayer position. And we also do Urdhva Namaskarasana, which means that the arms are up, but the hands are together in the prayer position. You can approach Urdhva Namaskarasana from Namaskarasana, from Utthita Hasta you can approach it, and even just from Urdhva Hastasana. So Namaskarasana also has the position at the back, which is Paschim Namaskarasana, where you take your hands up the back into Paschim Namaskarasana. Once you fix the hands in line with the dorsal spine, don't allow the elbows to flare back. You move the front shoulder back and you point the elbows towards the floor. The palms, you're trying to get them to touch, index finger and thumb touching, hands behind the back in the prayer position is Paschim Namaskarasana. Tadasana is also a nice pose to work into Gomukhasana. Gomukhasana is the cow shape hands where one arm is up, one hand is down, and you're clasping the fingers. If that's not a possibility, you can also use a strap to clasp the fingers. So work your Tadasana. Practice Tadasana, keep the breath flowing in Tadasana, and doing all these different hand movements certainly helps just to keep you in Tadasana a bit longer, with the added benefit of that lovely release for the shoulders. Thanks for watching. Namaste.